Do not adjust your set. I'm getting older and I gotta have the glasses now. My sniper eyes are gone. But from one evil genius to another, great book. And you dudes out there, you want to get a snapshot of how they think? Read it. Wait, I know what you're thinking, and I have an explanation. It was bad Pop's month to do the goddamn laundry, and he left me high and dry. So I had to buy a new shirt over the internet. Do you have any idea how long that takes? I was wearing all kinds of stinky old shit and maybe some dish rags for 3 days. Not that any of you out there give a fuck. In fact, neither do I. And on that note, we're gonna continue to talk about some stupid shit. Hey, you remember when you were 25 or younger? That's what I thought, neither do I. It was all a blur of alcohol and ass. Now don't get me wrong, we had a hell of a lot of fun, but damn, we did some stupid ass shit. And that is what this episode is all about, a tribute to the stupid shit men do under the age of 25. Yeah. We're gonna start with number 1 on the list, and this is not in any particular order, we're just going by the numbers. You might not have all of these on your list, but a couple of you do, so look at the guy next to you and see if he does this, because I just nailed it. We all have that buddy who's the weekend millionaire. You know, the guy who buys everyone drinks on Friday and Saturday night, and then you see him on Sunday taking back bottles for TV dinners. Are you still living with your parents in the troll hole? Check out the episode. But if you're not, stop it. I understand. You get that paycheck and you're like, oh, I'm rich. No, you're not, buddy. And another thing, dumbass, it is not a race to spend every goddamn penny that you have. And that's what most of those can't understand normal thinkers do. Oh, wait a minute. That's where all the money's going, you idiot. You're suffering from LOP, which is called lack of pussy. If getting into a girl's pants takes your whole paycheck, you got a HOE on your hands, or a hooer or a slewer. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. Wait a minute, yes I am. And I'm gonna tell you something not to do. Never, ever, under any circumstance, get a woman's name tattooed on your body. Everyone knows this faux pas. It is the kiss of death for any relationship. And when this relationship ends, which statistically speaking, will happen, you're gonna have her name on your skin forever. True story. One of my soldiers had his wife's name put under his arm, got divorced, had to draw a line through it, put another girl's name underneath that, drew a line through that. I wonder if it's all the way down to his balls by now.
Dude, I fucked up, man.
What did you do?
Remember that chick Stacy I was going out with? Well, I finally had her name tattooed on my forearm. Then I found out she's banging my buddy.
I understand. You came to me for some advice or some sympathy. Why don't you look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis and get the fuck out of here. Edit that out.
That's cold, but he's right.
I've seen these tattoos before. Big long ones on the forearm, across the chest, loud and proud. You're an idiot. I'm gonna ask you a perfectly legitimate question. What the hell were you thinking? All right, first I want to say this is a general rule of people. We're hairless monkeys and we suck. And if you ever threw a bash at your own home and shit got destroyed, proof in point. Now listen, it doesn't take a mental genius to figure this out. You take a bunch of people under one roof, give them alcohol, the collective IQ drops to 0, and then you get a bunch of collateral damage. I understand. You really love that TV, but it's gone now. While we're on the topic, get yourself some rubber gloves, because you're gonna have to take some shit out of the tank. Who fucking does that? Oh, that's right. Very bored, very stupid, and drunk people. And you invited them all to your house. What an idiot. And listen, property damage is not the only thing you have to really worry about. Because guess what? We're in the age of smartphones, and every phone has a camera. Because guess what's gonna happen? Pictures of you are gonna be on Facebook, and your career opportunities are gonna go to 0. All right, Mr. Stan, your resume looks great. But let's now talk about your Facebook. What the hell were you thinking?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's talk about the picture. You in the bathroom, do you remember? You were taking a dump in the upper tank while a chick was blowing you and you had your fire helmet on, huh? Yeah.
Oh, now I remember. That's some good times.
Yeah, I gotta go through a couple other people. We'll call you when we need you. You know that picture of you getting the smashing Blumpkin? Trademark symbol here. It was pretty funny. But you know what's not funny? All of those pictures they took of you after you passed out. This one should have been on Classic Mistakes Men Make. Check it out. But when you pass out at a big party, it's like setting your own death trap. It is on like Donkey Kong. Hey Jim, bring me the Doritos. What? He's done. It's on now. Back in the day when the Army used to have black boots, they had this stuff called boot black, which is basically a black dye, which is the equivalent of what's in a permanent marker. Dude fell asleep and we dyed his hands and his face and all his back black. just got dark in here.
Sergeant, they did it to me. I passed out. I'm not a racist.
That might be so, but you're still a stupid idiot. So, maybe you're one of those guys who never passes out, but you're a violent drunk, and that never ends well. Guess what happens after that? You run your suck hole and pick a fight with multiple people. Or you pick a fight with a guy who's way out of your league. So when you come to in the emergency room and they're sewing your face together like a jigsaw puzzle, maybe next time you won't run your suck hole. And I'm not making that shit up, it's a true story. The dude I'm talking about, not only did he get his ass royally kicked, they threw him out a window, through the open window, face first. You know what a meat pie looks like? 163 stitches. Well, put some eyes, a nose, and a mouth on it, especially one that's going, it's bleeding. All right, Stan, we're taking you to the hospital, but I'm gonna go through the drive-thru. Yeah, I'd like a double Whopper with cheese on the rare side. Yeah, fuck him. Unless you want 163 stitches and the broken bones that come with it, keep crossing the street at the give a damn level. You've all seen those dumbasses, especially in Detroit. A dude just walk out in the street without even looking. That's a good way to get smoked. Yeah, I don't know what's up with these dudes, especially in the major cities. They just walk into the street no matter where they are. No crosswalk, nothing. I know you're in a hurry, but guess what? That crosswalk is right fucking there. I understand pedestrians have the right of way, but guess what? You walk out in the street and get smeared, that's on you. That's called an argument with physics, and you will lose. Not only are you gonna get hit by a car, but you're gonna get a ticket for jaywalking. There's another valid argument for you not looking both ways before you cross the street. You're running from the cops! What the fuck are you thinking? Don't you watch the show Cops? It's been on for 30 years. They're gonna get you no matter where you go. And it's not just the dudes on the ground you have to worry about, it's the eye in the sky. And they can see thermal like the Predator. So go ahead, run into the woods. Unless it's a triple canopy jungle, they're gonna find you. You can start the chase, but they end it. And they usually end it with an ass whipping and mace. And while you're at it, getting torn up by the dogs, don't run your mouth. Listen, it is in your best interest to shut your suck hole and just get arrested. Because we all know what happens when you don't. And if you're a white dude, nobody gives a shit. And we're gonna switch gears here and we're gonna talk about one of my more favorite things, which is pussy. And guess what? This was on that episode, Classic Mistakes Men Make. Raw dog in the road whore, or punch in the pink pocket. If you're jackhammering a girl and she pulls the condom off and says, put it in raw dog, run. Rule of thumb for women under the age of 28. There is no goalie, and 2 defensemen are in the penalty box doing majors.
Hey, it's okay, honey. I'm on my period.
Well, that would have been nice to know before we started this. Where's your shower? And turn on Space Ghost. Now listen, I don't care who you are. You're 25 or younger, they've all done it. And you've heard a myriad of excuses why it's okay.
She's on top. You can't get her pregnant like that because gravity pulls it down. She can only get pregnant 36 hours in a month, right?
I hear all this shit, and this is me. We've all been there, just don't be an idiot about it. So dudes, pull it out and spunk out her trunk. That's all I'm saying. Because guess what, gentlemen? Baby jail from 18 to 21 is a real problem. And you know what else is stupid? Getting drunk or high somewhere you've never been. Especially if it's a woman's apartment, because you could very well wake up in baby jail. And in today's feminist world, that's not considered rape. That's the worst case scenario. Best case scenario is trying to get home while you're drunk or high. And that's really the worst. You get high and don't really know where the fuck you are, because that paranoia kicks in.
Say something?
Never mind.
I put this on the list because I've seen this in a 30-year career probably 60 or 90 times. The dude marries a stripper. What the hell is wrong with you? I've covered this many times in past episodes. Never, under any circumstances, write a check against somebody who was a sex worker, stripper, pro, whatever. And it doesn't really matter that they used to be. That is a screaming daddy problem, and you don't need any of that. Not only is she flirting with being a narbi-pole magistic person, but you don't want any of that herpagonosyphilades that might be there too.
I'd also like to add that I have my father's gun and a scorching case of herpes.
This is true. If you're a dick at work, the people underneath you, they're gonna give you the dickin'. No matter how much power that you think you have, those people outnumber you. You might think you're king shit now, but you won't be with a copy machine rammed up your ass. You know what else stops your ass up to critical mass? Eating nothing but pop, beer, and pizza. This phenomena is what I call eating at a give a damn level, or 65 and out diet plan. You get in your 30s, you wind up at the doctor and he tells you you don't have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure. And now you have to eat at give a fuck level. And no one likes eating at a give a fuck level. Just ask the vegans. Or you can just ask me, because I'm gonna tell you I fucking hate it. What's for dinner? Barley? side of tomatoes and maybe an egg. Yay, I can't wait. I know we mentioned pizza here, but there's many things in that same category, like chili dogs and cheese sticks and whole chocolate cakes, or the cream butter ribbon cakes from Entenmann's, which I love. But guess what? You have to eat a give a fuck level and you can't have it anymore. Don't get me wrong, you can completely blow your doctor's advice off and keep eating like that, Tess Holiday. But don't make any mistakes. Sooner or later, the Grim Reaper's coming for you and you're too fat to run away.
Poor fat bastard.
You can be superhuman once, and then you die. It's all fun and games until you break a femur. That's a difficult bone to break, and it is the most painful, and it can seriously kill you. So next time you think you're invincible, realize that you're not. And we've said this before on the show, and it's usually the basis for any unwise decision. You think you're special, and you think the rules don't apply to you. Because guess what? In short order, when you're splatting on the concrete, no you're not, and yes they do. And this is why you can't disregard your health. You can't live your life at the give a damn level, especially when you eat and your safety. Because sooner or later, you will die. Men die first anyway, so why even speed the process up? Now listen, you don't have to punch a clock with the Grim Reaper. Just have fun and don't be an idiot about it. I know this sounds stupid, especially to young people because they think they're gonna live forever. Stop and smell the roses because it's over too quick. Once you hit 30, it's birthday, 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 then you're 40, and guess what? Your warranty is voided. We all know the quote.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Listen, I understand why you think it's okay to do all this shit. You only live once. And yes, you gotta do some stupid shit when you're young, because when you're older, you have stuff to laugh about. And when you get older like me, you got a lot of bills and child support and shit. You don't have time for any fun. Unless it's 24 and Asian. It doesn't matter if it's 24 and Asian or 25 from Cuba. Don't you dare give up a job or abandon your dreams for a piece of slot C, because it can be gone like that. And more often than not, it is. Because guess what? Even if you do write a check against it, you're gonna have to compromise a lot of shit anyway. And don't be that guy who puts his dreams on the chopping block, because more often than not, your balls are right next to it. And only one of those gets put on ice in her purse. Your dreams she doesn't give a shit about, because those disappear like a fart with the windows down. And if you decide you're gonna write a check against it and you do it before the age of 30, you're a stand-up idiot. Because up until the age of 34, this is what's doing all your thinking, and it never ends well. So do not let this sign your life away for 18 to 21 years. Don't spread your seed like a bird feeder like I did. It doesn't matter how old you are, you never hook up with a single mother, and you sure as shit don't adopt their child. Court, all the paperwork, the fees, just to adopt that child, and then down the road they're gonna go, well, you're not my daddy. Fuck that. And you know who else is gonna throw that in your face every time it is convenient for her? Your woman. When you're around a single mother, you're only there to really pay the bills. And that is why you don't date a single mother. Check out the episode. Don't ever get depressed or suicidal over a woman. Even if she's your wife, ex-wife, I don't care. It's not worth it. Don't you dare unzip your meat suit and hand it in over some chick. Do not make permanent decisions for temporary problems, because 3 to 5 years down the road, she's gone and another one will show up like a bus. When it comes to women, they're a dime a dozen. One leaves, another one's gonna show up. You know what? Fuck it. They can go. You're gonna play video games, but just don't get the Xbox body. Take care of yourself. Now listen, if you have an Xbox body by the time you're 18 and you look like a teardrop, shit's gonna go south quick for you. I don't even understand how these kids get so fat. When I was 18, I was virtually indestructible. And now you have these kids going off to college and they're 250, 300 pounds, and they're only 5 feet tall. You going to your gender studies class? Oh, you are? I'll just roll you over there. Seriously, if these people should trip and fall on the stairwell, you're gonna have a scene like Indiana Jones.
What the? No!
All right, I had to throw this last one in there because apparently people think I gay bash a lot when I really don't. I just refer to them as XY crosswires. Now listen, we've all been there, drowning in the pool that is singleness. Do not disregard the opinion of a gay person because they're gay. Don't assume that they don't know what they're talking about simply because they don't like what you like. I had a gay wingman. It was the best wingman I ever had. He would never allow me to leave the house dirty or fucked up, because guess what? He cared. You've seen what I wear on this show, and it's pretty much my walk around clothes. I don't give a fuck. All right, ready to go.
Stop it. What are you wearing? You're not going out like that.
And you know what else makes that XY crosswire wingman so good? He can fall in the grenade for you. Because let's face it, there's always a fat anchor around any hot chick in the bar. And guess what, fat anchors? I love gay dudes. He's keeping the anchor busy. I'm getting her out the side door into the car to take her back to her house to bang her. He walks her out to the parking lot and then drops the hint that he's gay. Winning all the way around.
Oh, by the way, I smoke pole. Bye!
Was there... Oh... Any other time you might have told me this?
But I'm not judging you. In fact, half the shit on this list I've done myself. I bashed the pink pocket many times. I ran from the cops and got my ass beat, and I had a great time doing it. And the younger dudes out there watching this, benefit from this wisdom because it'll save your ass. Because what you don't want is be some guy pushing 50 and drinking a beer in his Yeah. But it was one hell of a ride to get here, and I probably wouldn't change any of it. And I wouldn't change this show because I fucking love doing it. And if you love it, check out our links below for our Patreon and PayPal. Send us a few cents so we can keep making it. And while you're at it, hit the subscribe button. And if you do, I'll run the condoms out to you next time she wants to bareback it. I'm not putting them on for you. No. I'll be like throwing through the window. Yeah, you need one of those, buddy. Smashing Blumpkin. That's horrible. You know the guy, he has too many beers, he's like...
Yeah. It looks like he's trying to give his fucking beer a blowjob.
I've seen that before, and like literally I see his buddy go to the desk drawer, pull out the permanent marker, and stand there and watch him. He's like... and then he goes over...